Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday the 20th of November. We have new mods and we have some updates. The updates are as follows. From the top in the middle, Le Petit West by Tom Agri has had an update today. That's a map. The update is console release. I'm hoping to do a map tour on that, but that probably won't be till tomorrow morning. The Multi-Liquid Tank by Rowley Christie 1. The MGW 1800 by Zasti. The Multi-Harvest Headers by TF 2020 Mods. The Timbered Farm Pack by Richie F. And the Ermo Mistral 300 by SMI Modding Team Vertex Design have all had updates today. Now, if you don't follow me on my Let's Plays, or SnowRunner, or it depends what you've been watching. This is being recorded on PlayStation 5. I got it yesterday. It's been setting it all up, been trying to work out mic levels, editing, share factories changed, all sorts of stuff. So you may notice, I'm hoping, a graphics difference. I seem to be noticing it, but I don't know if I'm imagining that or not. But anyway, in front of me we have got the 3-point gooseneck receiver Hitch. This is by Meier Family Modding and Drew Hodgkins. 0.51 megabytes download and 1 slot. This will attach 3-point. Actually, I'm just thinking, can I? Oh, didn't know I could do that. Didn't even try. 3-point link attachment, has a ball hitch on the top for hooking up to gooseneck trailers, but it also has a ball hitch down the bottom, so you can still hook up to regular ball hitch trailers that are normal height. When you do hook this up, you want to have it in the lowered position, only because of the height of this. If it's in, well, it depends on what tractor, of course. But I found with the JCB, with it in the higher position, the trailer sat a bit of an angle down. But it works very well. This you'll find, I want to get this right, I think it was under miscellaneous, tools and miscellaneous. There you go. Gooseneck receiver hitch, only 100 and 1 slot anyway. Options available. We can change the design colour, which changes the MFM, the Meier Family Modding logo. And there's a whole load of different options. We've got blaze orange, and we've got some nice shiny ones, metallics, and all sorts of stuff going on there. So if I say go for nitro blue, then the main colour again, we've got a whole load, burnt orange and turquoise. Let's go for something that stands out a bit more. These are a little bit shiny. Well, the metallic's not too bad. The chrome is a little bit, as you can see, more of a kind of flip. So those are your options available on it. And then what we do is hook up. Like I say, if you look at the height of that now compared to the height of the hitch, so you lower it down, then hook up. Gooseneck attacher for tractors, etc. Anything with 3-point link, really. There's a little bit of movement, as you might expect, because that is pulling on that 3-point link. But even that animation, that's amazing. Once you get moving, you've got your 3-point link attached gooseneck trailer. Very cool mod. And you can still, like I say, still attach to ball hitch trailers on the back anyway. Cool. There you go. That's the first of our mods. What we'll do is disconnect that, and move on. Next up, we have got the Big Bag and Support Package. This is by Farm Centro Sul. It's this one here. And these. So yeah, we've got Big Bag and Support Package. 4 slots on console for this. The bags, however, are 7 slots each. I've tried with a few pallets and various different things, and this will only work with these 2 that come with it. So we've got a fertilizer one and we've got a seed one that do come with this. It is 3.78 megabytes to download, and this is a front loader attacher only as well. That being said, we do have a lot of different adapters available, so you could probably then get it to hook up to other vehicles and machinery, but you will find it under front loaders. So under tools and under front loaders, there we go, 8,000 to buy. Now it does say John Deere on there, but then when you get it, it doesn't have the John Deere logo or anything like that on it. 4 slots for the first one, that drops down to 1. That does say that the jigsaw puzzle piece is the 643R, which is the front loader attacher, the John Deere front loader attacher, but it will work on any front loader attacher, or at least I've found it has. Main colour, we can pick anything on that pallet, so you can change it to mix and match with vehicles, or just so you don't lose it in your yard. So we hook up. It doesn't swing or anything like that. When we hook up to the actual bag that comes with it, it hooks that in place, and actually again there's no swing on that. It's quite sort of sturdily in place, and then we can use that for loading up seeders, fertilizer spreaders, whatever you want to do. Just go over the top of them and it will come out of the bottom. All very nice. Now the pallets themselves you will find under objects and big bags. So I've tried a few different ones, and it won't work on any of these other ones. And here's the other slightly worrying thing. The fertilizer bag isn't too bad. 1,500 litres for 2,100. Fertilizer is fairly pricey. The seed is very expensive. 1,500 litres for 3,000. So if you look at a regular seed bag, it's 900, and there are different mods available where you can get it even cheaper than that. So for 1,500 litres, you'd be looking at, what's that, 1,350? Yeah, 1,350 for 1,500 litres. That's charging 3,000. So, and again, it says 1 slot there once you've bought 1 of each of the first one. Now those slots will disappear. Once you've used it and the bag disappears, you'll get the slots back. But it's fairly high on the slot count for the bags, but not the lifter itself. So detach the bag, and then it will just hook up as well for the Pioneer one. If it's in the wrong orientation, it just rotates the bag round into position that you can use. So there we go. That's the big bag and support package by Farm Centro Sul. Moving on from there, we have got this. This is the Drigo Ripper R5. It's by Pepe978 FsiGroup. 5 slots on console, 4.88 megabytes to download. It is a subsoiler with kind of a cultivator on the back of it. Now it does say it's adjustable, but I will have a look. Couldn't really find... I probably wasn't looking properly. I say I couldn't really find much adjustment to it. This you'll find under tools and under subsoilers. There you go. And then 9,500 to buy. Requires 250 horsepower, and it will run at 5 miles an hour. So it's a little bit slower than a lot of the others. A lot of them will run at 7 and 9. So 5 miles an hour. It's a little bit slower as well. Let's hook up to it. Right, we'll open up the help window. So you've got unfold cultivator, which does that and that, which means as it's cultivating and ripping, the earth doesn't go all over the place. It kind of keeps it in nice piles. I don't think there's any adjustment. I know on the website it talks about all the different adjustments, but I think that's the real world version. Yeah, iron wheels and crank adjustment, but I can't find any adjustment, just lower cultivator. So what this will do is give you a cultivating state, a cultivated look with a ploughed state. Now obviously my field's ploughed already, but because it's a subsoiler on the front section, you can go along with this. It will look like it's being cultivated, but it will be giving you the ploughed state if your field says it needs ploughing. Oh, I forgot to say what width this is. 2.5 metre working width. It does have lights on it and indicators for transport. There we go. That's the Drigo Ripper R5. Moving on from there. Let's disconnect that, turn that off. And let's go over to here. Now I'm sure we had these in FS17. this is from 4D Modding, the Lizard 911, and I'm sure I'm convinced we did. And I seem to recall, now I haven't tried these out yet, but I seem to recall in FS17 they were quite loud. And one of the things about the 991 was the wrap speed, but again, I don't know, we'll have a look at it on this one. There are two options available, which I like. We've got the standard option, and there are some colour scheme options with this, and then we've got a used one, which is cheaper. And it's a little bit sort of grubbier and dirtier, which even if you clean it, you'll still be like this. The checker plate, diamond plate is a bit more grubby rather than the shiny new one, but it's a little bit cheaper, and it runs in exactly the same way. It's a clever idea, that. These you'll find under baling technology. There's something I'm going to want to test in a moment too. So, there we go. This is, where are we? The Lizard 991, 17.21 megabytes to download. The new version is 9 slots, the old version is 10 slots, I think because of all the extra texture in for the dirt and that kind of stuff. 10,750 for the new one, 6,995. You can change the colours and foil colours. So foil colours, we can choose any one of those, like so. Main colour, we can have green gloss, green matte. Let's get a bit closer. Hang on, main colour. We can have yellow gloss or yellow matte. And then rim colour, we've got a choice of yellow or white, a grey, a silver, beige. What was that one? Hang on. White metallic, class US, and then stainless. If you want to go for a stainless look. So we can go with those, and then we've got the option of Michelin and Trelleborg. Under Michelin, we've got balloons, 460, 70 R24s, or FL600, 50 R22 5.5s. And then under Trelleborg, we've got AW305s, and then we've got AW305, 380, 55 R17, so it's just a larger one. And then we've got on here, no spare wrap, or spare wrap, if you want spare wrap on there. And then we've got EU spec, or the US spec, like so. So what I'm going to do, it doesn't matter which one, I think I'll just grab the... Now, the weird thing as well, this doesn't show a horsepower requirement on the website or in the mod hub, in the store here. It doesn't say there is a horsepower requirement for it. So we'll grab the used one. It does have a beacon on top, like so. To open up L1 and X, it takes a little while because it moves the catch at the bottom, lowers the whole thing down. And then again, when you want to put it back, L1 and X, but it takes a little while. Be patient with it, because then it goes. Because a couple of times, when I first got it out, I thought, hang on a minute, it's not working properly. But it just needs to be a little bit more patient, and it will operate. Now, it does say in the website, and this is what I wanted to check, it says wraps, silage and hay bales in a variety of wrap colours. So I thought maybe that means wraps grass and hay in bales. We don't usually get the ability, especially on console, to wrap hay bales. It's normally just grass bales because hay is hay. So what I thought I would do is wrap a grass bale. Now, I don't know how precise we need to be with this. You know, they're normally a bit forgiving. There we go. I recall on the previous version it suddenly sped up and it got very loud. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, there you go. That's a lot of wrap, isn't it? Wow. Then L1 and triangle to unload. There's the bale unloader. Like so. So I'm going to try. I don't think it's going to work with a hay bale. It shouldn't do. Should say bale. Should say bale not supported. Ah, now that's interesting. Because that's a hay bale. Now admittedly I'm not sure why you would want to go to all the effort of making hay and then wrapping it if you can just wrap grass, because obviously you've got your grass anyway, but it is letting me wrap a hay bale. It was worth a check, you never know. So if you want to make silage and you've got a load of surplus hay knocking about, just in case you have, I don't know. Well, that's interesting. Well, there you go. Both wrapped. So there we go. That's the I keep saying there we go, sorry. I apologise. It is the Lizard 991 bale wrapper by 4D-Modding. Moving on from there, bear with me just a second. Okay, so next we've got this. This is the Northern Ireland Storage Shed. This is by GreenBale. It's 0.93 megabytes download and 1 slot. This is a cavern. It is absolutely huge. Really nicely detailed. Well, the door moves fast. Really nicely detailed. Light switch on the outside. And we've got a light switch on the inside. I mean, it is big. Plenty of space in here. Really bright lighting as well. You can have a 5-side football match inside here. Yeah, only 0.93 megabytes to download. That's pretty cool. This you'll find under placeables, under sheds. There you go. Only 30,000 as well. So for a building of that size, 30 grand. Absolutely brilliant. We're getting loads of quality stuff from GreenBale at the moment. There we go. That's the Northern Ireland Storage Shed by GreenBale. Moving on to the last of the mods for today. I think it's the last of the mods for today. And it's this, or yeah, these. I have got 2 of them. This is very nice. This is a kind of aesthetic sort of, if you want to go for a more realistic approach kind of thing. What's that? All of them, say all of them. A lot of the options we've got are, but this is the John Deere 2510H and John Deere 2510H tank. Now, in the real world, these are designed for applying dry nutrients and liquid nutrients as well. Phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, those kind of things. And that is a dry tank on that one, and then you've got the tanks on the back. Now, for the purposes of the game, this will hold fertilizer or lime. So this is just another way of applying your fertilizer or your lime. This is not a cultivator. It's an applicator is basically what it is. It just opens tiny little slices in the ground and applies your lime or your fertilizer. I'm going to cut to a sequence now that I did earlier. The field here is partly harvested. So what I did was seeded, and then what I want to do is go over it and apply some lime and then some fertilizer, just to make sure it didn't tear up the ground or act like a cultivator or anything like that. Again, just a little bit of testing. So I'm going to cut to that now. So the question being asked is, once the ground has been planted, seeded, can you use this then to put fertilizer or lime down after seeding has taken place? Well, the answer to that is yes, you can. As we go, hired a worker. Now this is not a cultivator. This is an applicator. The discs just move the ground apart enough that the lime or the fertilizer can go down the pipes, the tubes, into the ground, and you're just applying whatever it is. Now, obviously, in the real world, you'd be putting down nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, so your NPK or just P and K or whatever it might be. You can do this manually or not. You don't have to have the front tank on. You do have to have the front tank on. You don't have to have the rear tank on. That's just an additional tank. But it's, like I say, it's not a cultivator. So it's not a deep bander, which would be used in preparation of the field, either before planting takes place or directly after harvest, which in essence I guess is the same thing, where you're actually cultivating the ground and putting the fertilizer deep in, this will work alongside it. It's just another way of applying, like I say, your lime or your fertilizer. We'll go back to the future MrSealyp in a moment. Okay, so sometime later we're now harvested. So after harvest we can come back over to the ground if it needs lime or if it needs fertilizer. Away we go. I can't remember which one's which. I think this is lime. It is. So I'll open it up. Now, as I may have already said, it depends what I say. Can't remember what I said. This can be used independently. So if I detach that rear tank, the front tank I've already used a bit, but the front tank already holds some. We'll have a look at a minute what it actually holds. And the rear tank is just an additional tank. Because initially I thought, oh, that's going to be handy. If you can run this across the ground and apply lime and fertilizer at the same time, that's amazing. But it does one or the other. At least I haven't tried to mix and match them. Maybe I could try that in a moment. So if I hire a worker, I don't need to hire a worker. So we are now applying our lime onto the ground over the top of what we've just harvested. So as you can see, it's not cultivating, it's not doing anything other than just applying the lime. So with all the various different fertilizer applicators we've got already, we've got fertilizer spreaders and that kind of thing. This is just another way of putting it down. It's just, again, it's interesting. I like the fact it's something different. I always say that when doing my mod reviews, it's something different. Is it quicker or easier than using a fertilizer spreader? It depends what size one you've got and all that kind of thing. It's just a different way of doing it. And then this one, I'm doing my fertilizer because I've got fertilizer in this one. It's the same vehicle, same thing. It drops down the discs, and all it's doing now is just applying the fertilizer. So what I am going to try then, because I am kind of curious, runs at a fair speed though. Raise that up. I'm going to put the lime tank on the back of the fertilizer tank. I don't think it's going to, I would be amazed if it does both at the same time. I'm pretty sure that tank on the back is only supposed to be as an additional tank. Like I say. Actually, it doesn't matter which way around we do it, does it really? What we'll do is disconnect that. I'm not sure it's going to know what to make of it, in all honesty. Filling these up can be done from, I did it from the buy anything silo, it can be done from pallets or bags or wherever you want to do it from. And I managed to just fill up each one separately. You can unload from this as well. If I go into my menu now, press R1, I can press triangle and unload, and all of my stuff will unload from it. So if you're worried about having stuff left in it, you can unload from it as well. So we hook up. Right, it's showing both. No, surely that doesn't work. Well, all I can do is try. What we'll do, if we just have a quick look here and go across to soil composition. As you can see, this section here requires lime and it needs fertilising. So I'm curious to see now, if I hire a worker, will it put down both? Because if it does, that's a whole different ballgame. One pass, lime and fertiliser. No, it's only putting what's down in the front. So the fact I've got fertiliser in the rear tank, it's ignoring completely and just doing the lime. Okay, it was worth a test, you never know. So I disconnect that rear tank. I'm just left with my lime in the front. So whatever's in the front is what it will run, and that rear tank is completely just an additional tank to help out. These you will find then under tools, under fertiliser technology. We've got our 2510 Hitch, and that's your applicator, so to speak. Requires 160 horsepower, 5,500 litre capacity, 11.5 metre width. We'll run at 30 miles per hour, and we'll do lime or fertiliser, as we've now found out. There are no options available. You get what you get. And if you want the additional tank, you then go up one to crop protection and tanks, or the tank 2510H, 12 grand, 7,570 litre capacity. And what did I say what the slots were on those? Sorry if I didn't. The actual applicator is 12 slots and this tank is 7 slots. 25.28 megabyte download for both. This is by LRModding and J.Amodding. I should have said that right at the start. I was so excited about showing you, I probably didn't say it all. Oh, this one as well. Options available, there are none. Sorry if you've been shouting at the screen and wondering, you know, who they're by. I kind of bypassed that bit a little bit. I just think they look brilliant, and you know, yeah, very cool. And that's it for the mods for today and for another week. It's Friday again. Hope you have a lovely weekend, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Take it easy. Ready for more mods again on Monday, I would imagine. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.